Hi everyone, Marianne Cowan here from Pinery Paper Crafts, and today I'm going to show you how to create a card with this same fun fold design. This is a beautiful birthday card I got from my friend Monique, and I thought it would be fun to try making it using some pretty new designer series papers. So that's our inspiration. And the papers we're going to be using are from the online exclusives. So I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Ottawa, Canada. And right now it is time for celebration, which means you can earn a free product with a qualifying order. And this is just a showcase of some of the products that you can earn for free. I've done a few videos. Actually, we're going to be using a sentiment from this one. Happy birthday. And maybe hooray. This is a great little stamp set. So, mini catalog, celebration. Celebration is just till the end of February. The mini catalog runs till the end of April. So, aside from the catalog, Stampin' Up! Also offers online exclusives. So, this paper I'm going to show you is from the online exclusives, and this paper is called Serene Love. So it's similar to a paper we had before, but with a different color palette. So we've got Night of Navy, and this is these two sides and these two sides. It's really nice coordinating paper. Then we have Lost Lagoon. This is what we're going to be using today. I just love the combination of the front and the back. And then this one, I believe, is Old Olive. Don't usually see Old Olive flowers, but it's very pretty. You could also, I love the polka dots. You could also color in the flowers, but I've decided to leave mine blank. And the other thing we're going to be using, it's a scrapbooking kit, but it comes with designer series paper and this sticker sheet. So it's called, this one is called Everyday Happiness, and I just love this color palette. Although a lot of people were not crazy about wild wheat, it's really pretty here. So these are stickers, and I'll be showing you in another video some cards I've designed using this paper, in particular, this whole pack. So in this pack you get 12 sheets of designer series paper. The sticker sheet actually comes in a separate sleeve, but you can't buy it separately. It's part of this package. And the colors are Pool Party, Gray Granite, just want to make sure I have it right, Wild Wheat, Lost Lagoon, Gray Granite, Mossy Meadow, Pecan Pie, Pretty Peacock, Very Vanilla, and Wild Wheat. So these are the 3 different designs, and you get 4 each. So when you're designing card classes, that's really helpful actually. So these sides and these, aren't they beautiful? I just love these little flowers. And this is really, really pretty. So beautiful for scrapbooking, but I'm going to use it for cards. So one of our cards today is made using that paper, and the other one is using the other paper. Serene Love. I'd already forgot the name. Okay, so this is my inspiration. And I did go and just do all the measurements so that I would have them for you. So your piece of cardstock, it takes most of your piece of cardstock. Let's start with this one. And I have 2 different ways I did it up so you can see which one you like better. So you cut off 1/4 inch. So it's actually not 4 1/4, it is 5 1/2. Let me change that, because I actually did it wrong the first time. So you take your 8 1/2 by 11 and you cut it down to 5 1/2 this way, the long way. Usually you cut it to 5.5 this way. And then you score it at, let's get this right here. Make sure it's still in the camera. 1 5/8, 3 1/4, 7 1/2, and 9 1/8. And you're going to fold these ones in and this one back. So do that on both sides. So you'll notice this is 4 1/4. You had to cut off that 1/4 inch so that you don't end up with ridiculous measurements. So there we have our base of our card. And now we have all our pieces. So for this one, I mirrored this design and embossed the white pieces. On the next one I'm going to show you, I used the designer series paper. I'll just leave this here so you can see it. So we have Lost Lagoon. I'll do a blog post on this with all the measurements because I don't remember what each of them is. This one is 3 by 4 1/4. So 3 by 4 1/4. And this is the inside. Then we have, so then the white is 2 3/4 by 4. So it's just a 1/4 less. Then we have this piece, which is 2 1/2, I'm going to say, by 4 1/2. Yes, 2 1/2 by 4 1/2. So then it's 2 1/4 by 4 1/4, the white piece. And then we have this bigger piece, which is 3 by 5 or 4 3/4 by 2 3/4. Is that right? Yes, it is. So I've used the 3D exposed brick embossing folder for this project. So I'm going to go ahead and glue all these pieces on, and then I'll show you how we're going to put them on our card. So I'm just going to use white glue because I've used an embossing folder. Then I like to use white glue. And sometimes with an embossing folder, I like to flip it over and then just give it a really good press. There's one. That's the one of the flaps. There we go, number 2. And number 3. So this is where you would put your sentiment. I am also going to add just had it here. Oh, here. So this is on the paper. You know how some of the flowers aren't the full flowers, they're on the edge of the paper. So make sure you use those. And because this is going to be not the whole card, I can have it overlapping a little bit. So there we go. So this is going to go on the inside. I'm pretty sure it's just centered. Yep. I actually haven't put it together yet. I've only cut out all the pieces. So I'm trusting that I'm doing it right. So this is what I meant by you can have it hanging over a little bit. I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue there. Okay, now this bigger piece goes on this side, and the smaller piece is going to go on this side. Just want to make sure I have it right. Okay, so now I'm only putting glue here. And I'm not measuring this, but I'm making sure my top and bottom are the same and that it's straight. And then for this one, I want the glue on the other side. There may be a special way you're supposed to do this. I don't know, but I'm just doing it how it looks pretty. Okay, so when you open it up, it's very pretty. So then what I did is I fussy cut out this double flower image and this single flower image. So I can pop one up. I'm going to lie this one flat. Now this time we don't want it hanging off. So maybe like that. And I also have a couple of sentiments that I did. So we have happy birthday, just for you, thanks, and hooray. I like just for you. I like this shape of this piece also. So I think right there for just for you, I'm going to put that on first. I'll work my flowers around that. And so I can go over, because when my card goes in the envelope, it's going to go like this. Now that one's going to go flat, and this one is going to have dimensionals. So I think I'll do the dimensional one first. Actually use some of these strips. Now just remembering. No, I think it goes this way. All right, let's put that on. I won't press it really hard, and then we'll tuck that one underneath is my plan. I like when they're kind of hanging off the edge like that. And then this one can go something like that. Yeah, that's good. So making sure it's inside. So pretty. Now we're going to add, the only coloring I'm going to do is Wink of Stella on the middles of the flowers, because every card needs Wink of Stella. All right. Now for the bow, because you know we have to have a bow, there is this beautiful ribbon called bordered ribbon. Makes sense. So it is this thick, which is not really that thick, but I did cut it in half because I wanted it even thinner. So I do have one here. It's just deciding where to put it. I think right there. So it is a little bit frayed. You do have that little boho look, but I like that. So we'll get a glue dot. And the other ones I have gray with them because they're going to be with the other designer series paper. And as I said, obviously you can I am going to cut off that little bit. You can color your flowers if you want. I just really like the, if you follow me, you know I love monochromatic. So to me, this is beautiful. Although, having said that, this one colored in is also beautiful. So you could take your Lost Lagoon light, I would say, and do some coloring, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay, so that's our first card. So now you know how to put it together and all the measurements. Let's try our second one. So instead of the embossed sections, I'm going to use the designer series paper. I am using the same flowers. I'm going to show you this one because I tried it, but I didn't like it. There's our piece for our inside. So we know how it all goes together. This time I'm adding a full piece of the embossed to the inside of the card, just for fun. But that's the only embossed part I'm going to have on this card. Okay, so I'm just centering it. There we go. We may as well go ahead and do our inside piece while we're here. And then that's going to go in here. I wouldn't raise this up because it's on the inside of the card and it would add too much bulk. So let's center that. I do like with the embossed behind, but I think it might be a bit much on the other one. So then I have some cutout flowers. we'll just add those. Again, these were just along the edges of the designer series paper. This one's perfect for a corner. And then there's another one. I think I will add it. Wasn't sure if it was going to be too much. It does make it so you don't have quite as much room to write, but that's okay. And again, I'm leaving it off the edge a little bit. So there's our inside. So this was the paper I really wanted to use from that scrapbooking set. It's so pretty. But then I realized that the back of the florals had this one too. So there's that. Let's put it on the bigger one. Which one do you like better? We're going to use this one, but or that. I find this one more subtle, kind of more of the look I'm going for. So I did choose this one, although obviously you could use both. Sometimes I'll make a bunch of them with different combinations to see what I like best. Okay, so this is this side. Get rid of that. And this side is really pretty as well. Let's do that. So this one is going to go here. Again, glue just on the maybe 3/4 of an inch. And then we'll do the side. Oopsie. So I'm centering this one. I'm just making sure it's even at the top and the bottom. And then I have just a different floral for the front, the little one bud. So we're going to pop that up for sure. I like using these edge pieces on these bigger elements. All right, and we'll see what we want to do for a bow. Sentiment. I was thinking happy birthday, and I was going to have it underneath a little bit. Will that work? Yes, just. Okay, I'm actually going to cut this off. This is from Stylish Shapes. Definitely my go-to sentiment set. Actually, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, because I'm not sure why I just put glue there, but I don't want glue on this side. Let's see. I can use my line here as a guide to make sure it's straight. Definitely need some jewels on these as well. So happy birthday. Wink of Stella. I'd love to know if you try this card. You could even post a picture of it. I don't know what it's called. I'm sure it has a fancy name. It's a fancy fun fold, that's for sure. And let's look and see. Oh, gee, I just got the flower. What sentiments would be good? Ooh, let's try that. I think it's Pool Party, not Lost Lagoon. It might be too light. This one's too green. Let's just put one and see how it looks. I think it actually looks pretty. One there. One there. One there. And then I'm going to add one inside. All right. And then we'll think about if we're going to add a bow. Let's add some of these. I'm sure I must have Lost Lagoon actual. let's just stick to pool party. Put one there. One here. And then maybe a little one just for you. All right, so we have that bow there. Let's see if we want to add a bow to this one. So this gray one is actually for one of the other cards. That's with the other paper, because I don't really want to introduce gray, do I? It's a little fancier. If we do just a regular Lost Lagoon, I think it's going to be a bit big for what I want, although it's not really wide. Let's try. Okay. That's kind of nice. Let's just add it. I could have done it like this and added white. Let's just try that. Let's just undo this one, because this one's half as wide. I do like it half as wide. Let's try Lost Lagoon and white, and we'll see if we like it. So what I do is I don't cut the linen or the baker's twine. This is from the Everyday, what's it called? Baker's Twine Essential Pack. So I don't cut the baker's twine, I just keep it and then cut it at the end. And then one little trick, if you want the white a little bit smaller, just pull the white tail. Sometimes the baker's twine doesn't go where you want it to go. Okay, we'll cut it and see, but I'm not sure I like it now that I've done it. Okay, so there's that one. You guys can tell me what you think. This bow or this bow. All right, this is not live, so I cannot see your comments, but I'm just going to go with this one. Although they're both pretty. So I'm just putting a glue dot. I'm going to decide to put it here, kind of on an angle. There we go. All right, put that bow up there. We'll use it for something else. So here are the cards for today. This is the measurements. I just want to make sure I'm still in camera. Like I said, I'm not doing it live, so I can't see what I'm doing. This was the inspiration from my friend Monique. Flirty Flamingo is very pretty, but I opted to do it with Pool Party and, no, not Pool Party, Lost Lagoon and white. So here's the one where I've used embossed white instead of the designer series paper. So here's card number one. It should be over here if it's card number one. And for this one, I've used the, why do I keep forgetting? Everyday Happiness. It's actually a scrapbooking kit. It's just the small kit. It's the paper and the stickers. So happy birthday. All right. So do you have a favorite? Do you prefer the embossed or the designer series paper? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you try making this card, I would love for you to pop it in the comments. All right. Thanks so much, everyone. I hope you have a great day. I'm going to post this to YouTube. So if you are watching it on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification button so that you will know when I go live. And I will be doing a blog post, mariannecowan.com, where you can find the measurements if you can't read my little sticky note here. All right, thanks and have a great day.